What's up, YouTube? It is Friday, and Bobbles and Ball Cards is back with another video. We made it through the week, thankfully. Um, Hopefully, most of us have a 3-day weekend because it's much needed. I hope everybody's doing good, healthy, safe, um, and have had a good week. We got Memorial Day on Monday, so want to give a big special shout out to all the servicemen, women that have served or are currently serving, all of the medical staff and the frontline workers in this mess that we're in right now. Um, you know, we talk about sports cards and athletes on this channel, and a lot of people look at them as being heroes, but when it comes down to it, um, they give us enjoyment, but there are people out there that are true, downright definition of the word hero. So for everybody out there, thank you, and really appreciate what you guys do. Um, what's up, DQvid and Michael? How are you guys today? I accidentally set this for 8:15, so I'm still getting a couple things prepared. I meant to do it at 8:30, so bear with me a minute, guys. We always jump on and kind of let people flow in. As you guys can see here, there's some big boxes on screen. You're welcome, Twin, if you're a vet or have served or are serving. Thank you, man. Athletes are kids can look up to them as heroes. They are a very important part of our life as far as entertainment, role models, things like that. But there are really true heroes out there that put their life on the line every day, and they really deserve more credit. So I got a fun little mail day here, and then I want to go over a topic with you guys, something I've been looking over for the past couple of days, since I got my order back, some things that I've discussed with a few people. Level Jumper, I know he's gotten on in the chat a few times. Me and him have been discussing. He just got a big BGS order back. I talked to Wolf last night. He has an SGC card that he's trying to sell, and he kind of gave me some insight on some things, like as far as offers he's gotten and stuff. So I just kind of want to go over something that I'm kind of finding that could be helpful to us all. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show these real quick. This is part of the mail day. Obviously, our channel is Bobbles and Ball Cards, and I don't, I have Bobbles on the screen, normally in the background, but I don't really talk about them. Just to give a broad estimate, honestly, I don't even know how many we have now. I would say in the range of 150 to 200 Nationals bobbleheads. I think we are down to about 12 or 13 of the actual Washington Nationals bobbleheads left that we need to complete the entire collection that they've ever gave away at the stadium during games. We have a lot of the minor league bobbleheads, whether it be from Potomac, which is single A, Hagerstown single A, Harrisburg double A, Syracuse when they were in AAA, and now they are in Fresno. So we do collect all of them. We don't have all of them, but we are like building our collection, and we have a really large collection. These here that I'm going to show you guys, These I picked up, I think it was last Friday is when I ordered them. There's a company called Foco. It's Forever Collectibles. They do some really awesome bobbleheads. They are not stadium giveaways, but they have a website you can order them from. And they are actually hand painted and hand numbered. And a lot of them are, well, some of them are really, really rare. And they sell out pretty quick. So when they started last year, I believe it was, the Game of Thrones set series for all the teams, Game of Thrones was ending, and I knew that show had a lot of popularity, so we bought all of the Game of Thrones. Like, I bought the full set of all the Game of Thrones that they had. When the Nationals won the World Series, they made a couple more. And I actually was browsing eBay for some bobbleheads we didn't have, and I came across these. And give me 1 second, guys. And I came across these, and these are actually you can see here, I'll show you. Let me move this back. See, this is the company, Foco. There's their website, foco.com. Their bobbleheads are really awesome. They're not the giveaways from the stadium, but these are hand painted. They're very, very high quality, but we didn't see these on the website. So I thought we had the full Game of Thrones set. Well, I don't know how many of you know this, but there's actually a bobblehead Hall of Fame that's located in Minnesota. And these were exclusive to the Bobblehead Hall of Fame's website, so we never seen them. So I seen them on eBay. I hit the guy up. He had the whole collection. Worked out a deal with him if I bought all 4 of them. So now we have the full Game of Thrones Nationals bobblehead set that I know of. I have not noticed any more. So anyway, I'll go ahead and show you guys. Here's Teddy. These are all the presidents in the Iron Throne. But there's Teddy. There is George. There is Abe. And last but not least, there's Jefferson. So these are all of the presidents in the throne. They also have Ryan Zimmerman in the throne with the World Series trophy. They have Juan Soto in the throne with the World Series trophy. They have Max Scherzer in the throne with the without the World Series trophy. And they have Screech in the throne. So there's actually, I think, 8 total in the throne, but then there's the dragons and all sorts of stuff. I'll show you guys real quick. These here are actually by Foco as well. You can see the detail on them and everything. It's really cool. They have the World Series logo on the hat. They do a really, really good job. And then if you see here on the bottom, if it'll pick it up, this one is limited to 144. It's number 23 of 144. So some of these are very, very, very limited. And it's really awesome. Like I said, they're very high quality. You can see inside the trophy, it's got the ball. This was like the parade, and we were actually at the parade, so it's pretty awesome. And then obviously we've had the Strasburg back there. But anyway, we don't talk a lot about bobbleheads on here. So I wanted to show those off because we got some in. We also got another one in. It's a really old one. It's an old mascot when Potomac was actually the Cannons before the Nationals even existed. Very hard to find. I paid probably more than you guys would feel it was worth, but you know, it added to our collection. So anyway, let's see. What's up, Wolf? Central, we'll get out to you. Let me know if there's something I can send you though, man. I'd like to give something back for that, man. Wolf, update on my orders. They are saying processing, so hopefully, I'm gonna probably say within the next 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Central, we collect Nationals bobbleheads. Well, yeah, like my wife said, Nats, and we've just started with the Washington Capitals, but so far that we do the Nationals and then their minor league affiliate teams. We don't collect all the players or whatever. I do have pops. They probably don't show up on the camera. I do have some pops up there. I got Kawhi, Jordan, Giannis, LeBron. But just a few to decorate the room. Anyway, I'm gonna get into some cards. I got a stack here. There are more that are on the way, but they haven't arrived yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and show these off. I'll tell you some. Actually, I'll just hold off and show you guys. There's one really nice one that I'm happy we got. It's of a guy I spoke about in a few videos ago in football. But I'm gonna move this mic over here so y'all can hear me. All right. So this first card is actually, this was a purchase from off Eliteco 3's eBay. I kind of looked at it and was wondering why in the heck he didn't send it in. But I think he's thinking it's a little bit too off-center to the right here. But anyway, I got this one off of Eliteco 3. I got the Score football version. I have the baseball Score from the 90 Score set where Bo's got the bat on his shoulders. I wanted to add the football one. Just an iconic card, iconic photo. Bo Jackson stuff still fairly cheap. And he was a great player, so wanted to add that one. I grabbed, since they were cheap, and I found, Jordan stuff is, obviously we know it blew up. But I grabbed this lot. I think I paid $7 or $10 for it. No, nothing big, but this one here, it's got the he's back and the date he returned. So I liked that one. Just a cool card to have. There's just a, what is this, 96, 95, 96 Upper Deck. Cool photo of him dunking. Two hands. Didn't really see Jordan dunk a lot two-handed. This one's cool. It's the rookie years. It's got him in his rookie jersey. Again, not a big card or anything, but just cool photos. And it was cheap. There's one card in here, the main reason I really wanted this lot. But this is the one with the shot against Utah in Game 1 of the Finals. It's got the iconic fist bump. So I thought that one was a nice one. And then I wanted to add this one. Everybody's gone crazy over the baseball rookie. But these are really cheap. So this is actually from SP Golf. If my camera will focus, there you go. SP Golf. So this is Jordan's golf rookie card for Upper Deck. So it was in this lot. I liked a lot of the moments from the cards in this lot. And it had the golf card. So I figured, $7 to $10, what the heck. Next up, we got a Ray Allen from Finest, his Ayers rookie. I really like these Ayers cards. I have another one in my box over there, but it's not. This one's really good centered. So I grabbed it. I picked up 2 of his EX 2000s. These cards are very pretty. They're an acetate card. Got a nice shine to the border. These actually, they won't 10. I mean, the corners got some white on them. But, you know, for as cheap as Ray Allen is right now, figured it was a good pickup. Next up, I bought this lot. I do have more of Allen Iverson coming. He's one that I'm waiting on. This is his Z-Force Little Big Men. It's a die cut. It's kind of like the metal cards. So I thought that was pretty cool. This is the Redemption, the Topps Rookie Redemption. It has like the cracked ice pattern. It is off-centered. I thought in the photo it was better centered, but otherwise the condition is really good on it. The back actually looks better than the front as far as centering, but I'll take it. I think Allen Iverson, well, he's actually from here in Virginia, went to Georgetown, so I loved watching him play when I was younger, so wanted to add more of him to the collection. And then obviously, just like Ray Allen, I added 2 of his EX 2000s. These are in pretty good shape. This one here especially looks really good. So I think once I go ahead and start sending in more PC stuff, they should do pretty good. Alright. Next up, I think this card is one. I showed you guys some cards I've picked up a few days ago. This is one I could possibly see going up. This is Tiger Woods rookie. I went ahead and snagged it now just in case. Even if it doesn't go up, I figured what the heck. Ziggy, we are near Northern Virginia. Our local card shops are actually a place called Card Cellar in Fredericksburg, and then we're also near Blowout. Alright, next up, this is also a purchase from Elite Co. Larry Fitzgerald rookie. I told you guys, you know, I showed you guys the photo and everything. Fitz is an awesome guy. It was an experience I'll never forget, actually getting to go out and just hang out with him, you know, and his family and have dinner and just bullshit for a couple hours. So I picked this up. Eliteco had this one up, and I told you guys I'll buy 9s and 8s all day long for my collection, and y'all seen the outcome of what they do. But here is his 04 Topps rookie and a PSA 9. And then I also grabbed the 04 Topps collection. The difference is this one has the gold foil and the other one has the silver foil. So I grabbed this one as well and a PSA 9. Next up, I talked about him. This is an old school SGC case. You can see there, sports card guarantee. This is really old, but 89 Barry Sanders score. This is, to me, this is almost like the Ken Griffey Jr. of football cards for this time. Just an iconic card. I never have owned one. I actually bought an 89 set off of somebody, and it had every single card in it except the Barry Sanders. I was very disappointed, but finally got one. I do want to send this in and get it in the new slab because I like the new slip and everything, but, you know, had to add that. And then my icon growing up, I played wide receiver when I played football, and I loved this guy. So I went ahead. I had one of these raw before, but it was not in gradable condition. So I sold it, and I wanted to add another one. Again, this is the old original SGC case, but we got the 86 Topps Jerry Rice rookie. So there are more on the way. They have not showed up yet. So I wanted to go ahead and share those with you guys. So anyway. Yeah, JC. I think the Tiger could go up. I'm not 100% sure, but I just wanted to go ahead and snag one before they went too crazy. I mean, I showed you guys purchases I've made and how much they've exploded. So I just wanted to... I missed out on a lot of cards I wanted to add, and now they're way up in price. So I'm going to go ahead and now, if there's somebody I think is worth buying, I'm going to go ahead and pick them up and stop beating around the bush and losing out on the money and everything. So I'm scrolling back through the chat, guys, just looking to see. NASCAR ratings. Hey, that's awesome news about the NHL, Wolf. All right. So, the title of the video is obviously Mailday and then SGC selling tips and strategies. I want to first tell you guys, please let everyone know to comment after the video if they post videos on Instagram. Yeah, guys, I want to share everybody's channels. I like when we can help each other out, help each other's channels out. I do go on there and watch a lot of y'all's videos. And so I told you guys before, I try to subscribe back to everybody. But if you have your subscribers as private, I don't see that you're actually subscribed and it doesn't notify me. And I can't sit here and remember everybody that chatted like this and go back and check to see if we're subscribed to you. So do me a favor. This video, if you post videos or if you're trying to start a channel or anything like that, post down below and say, you know, check out my videos or something like that to let us know and let everybody else know. And I think it would be cool if we could just help everyone out. You know, us help you guys and you guys help each other with subscribing back to everybody. And just let all of our channels grow. That's what's awesome about this. That's another reason I like to get on here and do the lives. That way people can see who's in the chat and everything. So, you know, let's just help everybody out. I think it'd be an awesome way. But unfortunately, I don't know everybody because it doesn't show me everybody. I don't know why it doesn't do that. Yeah, Card, we're definitely subscribed to yours and we watch your videos. We got to get Q more vocal though, man. All right. So I want to talk about some things that I have been evaluating with SGC cards and just give you guys a little bit of my thought process here recently on selling cards. You know, I talked to, I think it was in my last video about how auction prices were, you know, they were kind of going on the low end. And I'm going to pull something up real quick so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Give me 1 second so I can pull this up. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to take you guys, let me get my screen, my chat popped out so I can see what you guys are talking about. Okay, and pull this up. All right, I'm going to bring you over to my other screen, guys, so I can show you some things. So, I told you guys that auctions were kind of on the bottom end. They were like hitting low point um, on SGC cards, and that I thought it really was more due to people um, not it's not people who grade cards haven't picked up on SGC. It's more people buying cards, like the investors the ones who don't grade the cards themselves, they strictly want to buy the cards. And I want to show you guys this. Last night, I had a guy message me about this Luka. You can see here by the image, this was our listing. He messaged me and he said, "Hey man, I was bidding on this PWCC auction and it ended at 118.50. Will you take?" I think he offered $120.80 because the shipping would have been $4.20, so it would have been $125 total. And I was actually about to go to bed, so I didn't reply to him. I was sitting there thinking. I was looking at prices. Well, I woke up this morning and somebody else, God think that I didn't accept his 120 because somebody else bought it for 150. So I didn't have to take the 120.80 because somebody bought it for 150. Now, when I'm saying this and what I'm meaning to prove the point of auctions, this is PWCC, one of the largest consigning companies, and they couldn't even pull 120 on the same card that I sold a few hours later. You can see here, this one ended at 7:43. Mine sold at 2:12 a.m. Just a few hours difference, and I got 30 bucks more than PWCC did at auction. That alone proves my point. Auctions are not good right now for SGC cards. If PWCC cannot bring bidding wars in, and I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but shill bidders, because it has been speculated with these consignment companies that the owners of the cards can go on and bid on them. They only pulled 120 or 118.50, and like I said, a couple hours later, I got 150 out of it. But notice also, I put comp to PSA. They didn't put anything other than SGC 10. So it wasn't drawing the attention. These buyers that are paying for these massive spikes in prices on PSA, I kind of feel like I showed you guys, I'm buying PSA graded cards. If I can't find them in an SGC, I'm buying them. But I'm buying 9s. I buy 8s. I don't buy 10s. Because, to be truthful with you, there's a lot of cards out there right now in a PSA 10 that I think is way overpriced. I'm just saying, like, Bobblechet's 2020 Top Series 1 right now, in a PSA 10, is selling for over $130. There's no way in hell that card should be over $130 in a PSA 10, period. I think that right now there's too many people pushing the PSA, and it's kind of like, how do I want to say it? It's kind of like these people don't realize it's the same picture, the same piece of cardboard inside of a different piece of plastic. They're buying the name on the slab and not buying the card. And the card is what has the value. You can have raw cards. This card is the same as this card. When we were younger and we would look at cards and, our buddy might have one with a bent corner. Yeah, we'd go on the first line of Beckett and say, "Oh, I'll give you $12 instead of the $25 because, That was the 2 rows we had. But we could compare a raw to a raw. Why is it that a simple piece of plastic with different 3 letters on it is gaining so much more price? The piece of cardboard inside is the same card. You know, now to further that, I don't know if he's on here, but I talked to Level Jumper and he showed me his BGS grades. I can tell you now, y'all have seen my SGC grades. Those Keston Heroes and everything. I have an eBay feedback on my 8 Acuna that the person put looked way better than I expected. And it was an 8. SGC and BGS grade tough. How many times have you heard somebody say, I don't know how this PSA is a 10? You hear it daily. I don't know how this got a 10. But yet people see them 3 little letters up there, and they see that 10, and they see that, you know, little slab and that red bordered slip, and it's making them go crazy. You know, like I said, the Bichette at over $130, it's stupid. I'm going to tell you why I think the prices on a lot of these cards, and I'm going to pull it up real quick just so y'all can see what I'm talking about. 2020 Topps Series 1 Bo Bichette PSA 10. Let's look at this price. Okay, $133, right? $133 on a base Bo Bichette PSA 10. Now, let's go look up Yordan Alvarez. Yordan Alvarez PSA 10. Let's look Alvarez up. Here we go, $105. Now, tell me how this makes any sense to anybody. There is speculation that people don't know what Topps is going to do for Series 2. Okay? So, how many years has Topps not released a baseball card set? None that I can remember. I might be off, you know, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever. But I'm pretty sure even during the strike year, they released a baseball set. So, let's think about this a second. This is Series freaking 1. Series 1. And you got 2 guys. $238 worth in 2 cards because they're in a PSA 10 slab. Do people not understand that Topps releases a complete set? Hold on. A complete set of 700 cards, both Series 1 and Series 2, for $50. You get all 700 cards for $50. Now, I listed 2 players. 2 players, Alvarez and Bichette, and we're at almost $240. How the hell does that make any sense when you can buy the entire set for $50, send it into PSA and wait 4 or 6 months, whatever, and make 5 times your money on 2 cards? You got 698 other cards that you can throw darts at if you want to because you 5 times your money. These prices cannot hold. Another reason I'm going to tell you that it should not, and I don't see it holding. Look at this. 2019 Topps Series 2 Tatis PSA 10. Look, $73. Is Bo Bichette really worth $60 more than Fernando Tatis? Come on. It just doesn't make sense. It's crazy to me. Now, granted, fine. you know, I'll take advantage of that. But here's what I'm finding out, guys, and this is my whole point to this, okay? I sold a Tatis for $69.99. And I have told y'all, and I've kept to my word, and I will show you my eBay store right here. Let me refresh it. I know a lot of y'all have looked at my eBay store. My prices are probably higher than the majority of people that are trying to sell SGC cards right now. I proved to you guys that I made a sale while I was sleeping of $30 more than a PWCC auction. Okay? I am trying to push the market, but I think the PSA prices are so far-fetched right now that we're fighting a battle to try to compare with PSA prices on some cards. Now, I'm not going to say all cards. I'm going to say some cards that it doesn't make sense. So what I'm starting to do, and I'm reevaluating my numbers, I'm looking at BGS prices and PSA prices. I'm doing BGS 9.5, what they're selling for, and a PSA 10, what it's selling for. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the difference. So, say BGS is $40 and a PSA 10 is $100. I'm going to target $70 because I feel that the PSA 10 price range right now is going to start declining again. And we're going to be putting them right there in that median, right smack between BGS and PSA. And when PSA starts coming down, it'll close that gap. I'll show you guys a sale that I made today and how and why I say some cards. It is possible to get real close to a PSA price, okay? Here's Kobe White. I gotta find it. Right here, his Prism Rookie is sold for $112.50. Okay? So, you know, that's pretty fair price. But let's look at SGC 10. And why isn't mine showing up? I don't know why mine didn't show up on here. That's odd. Anyway, I'll show you right here, guys. Orders. Right here. I sold mine today for $105. Right here. Date paid May 22nd. They bought it today at about 2 p.m. for $105. Okay? So, you know, the PSA went for, what I say, $112. I got $105. So you can close the gap on some cards. This one, I'll be honest with you, I had listed at $150, and a guy messaged me and offered me the $105. I did not have War Best offer on it. He sent me a message and said, would you be willing to take $105? He's actually been asking me for over a week because I was really trying to push that card above the PSA price. But when I noticed PSA was at like 112, I was like, okay, fine, 105, I'll take it. But what I'm going to do, you know, like I said, I'm going to start targeting PSA and BGS, and I'm going to try to put my SGC cards smack dab in the middle of them. People always talk about BGS and PSA. Well, let's put SGC on the map by splitting them. Maybe BGS will start coming up and PSA will start going down, and that'll be a way to even the market out. Instead of trying to catch PSA, which has got a huge gap over BGS. I mean, we're talking about the Bo Bichette sales. Look at this. 2020 Top Series 1. Bo Bichette. BGS 9.5. Y'all want to talk about splitting prices. $35. But yet PSA is going for $132. That's crazy. So how about we try to get BGS up a little bit and PSA down a little bit, and we're going to be right there in the middle with SGC, and that market will even out. I'm going to stop chasing the PSA prices because I think they're fake. Or I shouldn't say fake, but I don't think they're going to be able to withstand this huge gap that they have. What's so different? Now, personally, I don't buy a lot of BGS because the cases are thicker. They are very, very nice cases, but for storage purposes, they do get a little bulky. PSA and SGC case are almost the exact same size, so when I'm storing them, you know, it takes up less space. And I'm going to be honest, that is the only reason I don't buy more BGS. Just the fact of the thickness of the case and everything. For storage purposes, I find I like these better. Does that garner a $100 price difference on a card that is massively produced? No, not at all. So, and I meant to say this before I even got into all of this. I don't want you guys to think I'm telling you how to sell your cards. I'm not doing that at all. But I think that I know most people in here join the channel to hear about SGC and hear about the news and sales and watch the grades come back and all that. So I'm pretty sure there's a lot of SGC interest in the room. I think if we all work together and we don't go into it trying to undercut each other or, you know, whatever, and we all try to work together to push this, I think it could help. However, they're your cards, and you sell them however, you know, you feel is best for you. I'm just telling you some strategies and some things that I've been evaluating and my thoughts on, I think, the best approach at this time to potentially get the better price for the card and also try to help balance this uneven market out. Because that's literally what it is right now. The market is way too unbalanced, and I would like to see it, you know, at least stack a little bit. But I mean, it's just crazy, and it's only certain cards. I mean, let's go check this 2019 Prism Zion Williamson PSA 10. Let's see what these are at now, because these were really close. Okay, here's a PSA Zion, $500. Let's go look at the SGC 10. Yeah, see, here's another example. Prism Basketball, $460, and a PSA sold for $500. So, actually you can, Patrick, because all I'm saying is compare to PSA. It's not fishing at all. Anyway, I'm going to go back through and look at some of these comments because it was going quick for a minute. What's up, Cards? Man, that Kobe, I know it only got an 8, man, but I told you I like the Kobe 8s. Yeah, Ziggy, I use 130 point. That's the best way to find pricing comparisons. Connor, right now, if you only have one, you might want to keep him just to see how he does, but I think his prices will settle at probably in the 40 to 50 range, maybe $60. I don't see the $132 holding. PSA 10 grade is not a higher than a SGC 10 gold. You can look at PSA 10s that are off-centered all day long. PSA does 60-40 centering to give their 10s, SGC Gold is 50-50. You can't tell me that it's a higher grade. Let's see. Twin A, I would love to have more purple cards from Meyer. Unfortunately, that's one thing I don't like about Topps. I don't like that they gave the parallel to Meyer exclusive when Meyer is only a Midwest store. I don't think that's fair, and those prices are crazy. Greg W., yeah, I get that the pops are lower, but does that constitute when you know that there's going to be thousands of them show up? Does it constitute paying $130 some now? That's what I'm talking about. What happens when the pops go up and the price drop? All these people paying $130 are going to be, they're wasting their money. I'd never understand that. If you know a card is highly produced and is going to have a lot of grades on the market, why do you go after it when like the first one pops up on eBay? What good does that do you? Are we going to start comparing serial numbers on the slabs now to determine what the value of the card is? Because that would be the only reason to buy one of the first ones that were graded. It makes no sense to me. A 10 is a 10 is a 10. Whether it's the first one graded or the 500th one graded, it's the same thing. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. My thing just messed up. Mike Coffin, I do not have enough time to do a price guide for SGC cards. Man, that would take me forever. It's bad enough with work and everything now. Holy crap. If I lose y'all, it just cut loose and it is raining like crazy. I don't know if y'all can hear that on camera or not, but Patrick, I've done that in every look. I will show you. I'll show you, Patrick. Look. Compare, compare, compare. I do it in every one of my listings. None of them have been reported. Nobody said anything. You can go on and look up SGC and it'll be on a ton of them. So I don't think it violates anything. You can actually go into the description part where, here, I'll go on here and make a fake listing right now. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Create listing, single listing. Mike Trout, FGC 10, comp to PSA. You can go right here. Where's it at? See this right here where it says professional grader? You can click that and change it. So just because right here I have that in there, all I'm saying is compare. And people do it every day. eBay don't care. Trust me, they're making their money. They get enough money from me a month. I know they ain't caring. Yeah, Dominguez I'm staying away from as well. That kid hasn't even stepped to the plate yet in the minor leagues, and people are going crazy over him. I've heard he's good, but then again, there's been several prospects in the past few years that we've heard is good and didn't pan out. So, you know, for all those that have spent a lot of money on Jason Dominguez and the Bowman first editions and all that stuff. Hopefully it pans out for him, but yeah, I just can't buy into that. You got to give a person time to mature and show that they can do something. But I know he's supposed to be good. He's only 17, but he hasn't even stepped to the plate yet. So let's see. So, do you guys agree on the splitting the BGS PSA thing? And the reason I started looking into it is I was comparing kind of what other people were selling SGC cards for, and I talked to Wolf. I don't know if he's still in chat or not, but Wolf actually has a really, really, really nice hockey card up for sale. And that hockey is one sport I am going to admit right now. I am not going to stop sending them to SGC because it's fun to grade them. But hockey is I have not figured out how to sell hockey yet. Wolf has a Connor McDavid SGC 10. That card in a PSA, I think Elite Code just sold one today. He said for $725, I believe, $725 or $750. I'm pretty sure BGS copies of that are only like $300 or $400. I can't remember. I looked this up last night when I was talking to Wolf. I can't remember now. Right here. Okay, so one sold for $489, $420, $439. He said he was getting offers for BGS pricing, but I think he should really hold out to try to get in between the two. Like there's 710, 670. I think the 550, 600 range would be good on that. For one, I don't even know. I think there was only one Connor McDavid SGC even out there, which also is kind of probably part of the reason people think they can snatch it at a cheaper price. Here's a pristine. It's got 4 days left. It's at $318. He's got it at $650 or best offer. I think the 550, 600 range is fair on this card. It's a big card. This kid is still young, and he's one of the best talents in the NHL. So, congrats to him for one on that card. But, yeah, I wouldn't take a BGS price on it. Again, it's kind of that same formula I'm looking at, is to split the two markets and bring SGC. Just drop them right in the middle of the two. Just drop them there and see if we can get BGS up and PSA down and just go with it. Nah, Twin A, man. You see it. The curly W. Yeah, I know y'all haven't seen that trophy in a while, but, you know, we're taking good care of it. Yeah, Mr. Jordan. He's got that. That's his right there. That Connor McDavid Young Gun. Awesome card. It's one I don't have. Actually, Patrick, to your statement about people saying compared to SGC, I have been seeing that pop up. Believe it or not, I have been seeing people list compared to SGC. Surprising, but good news. So, the Mint Plus, well, that's another thing I should talk to you all about. Let me go back to my cell here, and I'll show you guys. Orders, paid and shipped. I actually sell 9.5s really good. The 9.5s sell really, really easily on SGC, And I always check a PSA 9 price, and I go just above it, whether it's $10, depending on the price of the card, but I'll go just above a PSA 9 on my 9.5s, and that's what I sell them for, and they sell really, really, really good. So, and I'm not focusing on the PSA takedown right now. To be honest with you guys, their prices are so out of hand. I don't know. I can't justify it. If I'm gonna sit here and tell you guys there's no way in hell that Boba Fett should be $132, I'm not going to try to sell my SGC for $132. I know that price should not be there, and so I'm gonna try to price mine right now between BGS and between PSA, and just see if I can get that median market. Quite honestly, like the BGS pricing, for example, I showed y'all it's $100 difference between a BGS and a PSA. I don't know why in the hell people aren't buying BGS and just cracking them and sending them to PSA. If they can get $100, that's just insane to me. I'm personally not going to do that, but it wouldn't surprise me. Again, it's a difference in plastic. A difference in plastic. You have this plastic case, you got this name on it instead of this name on it. But this piece in here, that cardboard, it's the same. It's the same. So, I don't understand it. I don't think there's an explanation for it. But, I'll stick to buying 8s and 9s for my PC. I really enjoy them. They look amazing. And I get way better deals. So Wander Franco, I think, is a very good buy. I think he will be a prospect that pans out in baseball. The kid is too talented. He has too good of an eye on the plate. He's a switch hitter. He doesn't strike. He hardly ever strikes out. If he can put together more power, Wander Franco could be huge. Does anybody have any questions on anything as far as pricing or that sort of thing? I just wanted to throw this out there because I have been, I still have a whole box I need to list. And throughout the week I've made sales, but I'm like wondering what really should I be targeting? What price range should I be targeting for not only maximum profit, but maximum movability? I mean, when you're doing 100 plus cards at a time, you don't want to just sit on them. Yeah, you want to get the best price for them, but you don't want to sit on them because it's no different. Sitting on the cards is no different than sending them to California and they sit in a box waiting to be graded. So the purpose is to move them if you're selling them. Now, we don't sell everything we grade. We keep a lot of it. But the stuff I do want to sell, I want to make sure that I'm pricing it competitively, getting the most profit, but also able to move it. So, no, I have not tried crossing anything, Johnny. Yeah, Julio Rodriguez, I think, is going to be a good one, too. Oh, damn. Cards, you keep breaking out these big boy cards. You got 2 Brady rookies. It was funny, you had that Jack Ham and... I'm trying to remember. It was Jack Ham, and there was somebody right before it, and I actually have both of those cards that you showed at the end over in a box. I have a bunch of, I think it's 60s, 70s, and 80s football cards. I I don't think any of them's going to grade well though. They're way off centered, and I've tried looking through them, but yeah, I agree with you there. I wouldn't crack it, Nats man. Um, I wouldn't crack it, but you could always send it and have them do a crossover that way and just put a minimum on it. If you put a minimum grade on it, then if they feel it meets or exceeds that grade, they'll crack it and re-slab it for you in their slab with that grade. If they don't, then they leave it alone. An 885 I would not crack because that's a given grade already. I have 8s and 85s over there of Kobe. I will not crack them. Um, no, Patrick, you might have missed what I was saying. I'm trying to put SGC in between BGS and PSA. I'm not chasing the PSA prices right now because they're too elevated, and I don't think they'll hold. So that's where I'm at right now. I'll have to post some cards, maybe tag you on Instagram or something, let you see some that I have. The football cards, they're nice, but Martin, here I'll show you. If you go here, it'll show you a tracker. Okay. Have you looked at this yet, or is it saying on the way back? Because here you can see I submitted. This says graded, and then here it'll once they're done grading and ship it, it'll say on their way back. One thing I do want to discuss while I got this up here, guys. I noticed something yesterday. My cards went to processing, but normally when they went to processing in my order summary, this would come up on this page and say graded. Now this isn't highlighted, but in my order summary it still says processing. So I am not sure if they're going about a new process with the order tracker and they're doing processing when they're about to grade them, or if the website has a glitch and this whole setup here just isn't working. I am not sure. That was really odd, and they have been having a little bit of hiccups with their website. I think they're trying to update it a lot for the pop report and everything. But I did want y'all to let you know that I don't know if it's going to be in two phases now, or if this section of the tracker just isn't popping up. So did yours say submitted, Martin? Oh, yours is doing the same thing. Yeah, I honestly am not sure if it's just a hiccup in the system, because this, like you can see here, this would show highlighted when, I'll just go here and show y'all. When this showed, see how this says processing? But then when I go here, this doesn't show anything yet. So I don't know what's going on with that, if they're doing different steps. I do know Andy said that they were discussing adding some steps to the process tracker. Like I had brought it up to him because people were asking me, and I was kind of wondering because my last order is sat there graded for a pretty good bit. And so I threw the idea out there. I was like, hey man, could you guys possibly put a encapsulation tab and a scanning tab? Because I'm just like you guys. When I'm waiting, I get antsy. And if I see it go to the next step, I'm like, yes, they're about to come back. And then when you wait and you're checking and refreshing your phone 30 times a day and everything, yeah, I'm the same way, guys. So I think it would be really nice if we could have submitted, graded, encapsulated, scanned, and then on the way back. So let's see. Yeah, Johnny, I can't wait to see the new pop report too. I'm really curious because they said they needed the scans for the pop report, so I wonder if they're actually going to have the people's scans up, or if they're just using that so they have a reference for all of the grades. But it would be really interesting to see. Um, Thoughts on the Project 2020? I think it was a neat idea for Tops. I don't know if they were going to do it before COVID hit or if this was something they threw on the fly. I will say some of them I really like, some of them I don't like. Um, I would have to say the guy that seems to be the ones I like the most are the Ben Baller. I do like his style of artwork and everything on it. But like the Crazy Arm Trout and everything, I didn't really care for that one. And I think that one's actually pretty expensive, if I'm not mistaken. I just didn't care for it. Some of them I do think look really cool. I don't know about what are they doing 2 a week or is it I can't remember how they're doing them. Um, but it was a nice touch and it's nice to give something for people to look forward to as far as cards because with COVID and everything it has been tough finding cards. People can't go to the shops and stuff like that. There's no shows and everything else. So I think the biggest thing um, that is really appealing with the 2020 is it's bringing sports cards and art together, and I do really get that because both are collectible, and you know it was kind of a smart idea. It makes a different view of the card. Um, and it also is kind of like a piece of artwork, even though it's a print. Um, I have heard that mentioned, Connor, but I do not specifically know it. No, Martin. I do not do my slabs. Level Jumper, who I talked to, he told me to try out Mercari. Um, I gotta look into it more. Um, I looked at their site one time and I didn't like how you don't get paid until like 3 days after the card is arrived at the customer or something like that. I didn't really care for that. Um, Simply because like if I order from anybody online, whether it be Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, anything like that, they charge me before they ship me the items. I don't get the items and then they get paid 3 days later. Um, and if I'm providing a service, I feel it should be the same situation. I should be able to get paid before I'm sending it out. One reason is because, well, you have to pay for shipping. So if that money isn't in my PayPal account, then that's coming out of my pocket to pay for the shipping up front. So I don't really like that. But I also know eBay is actually starting, I think it's July 1st, they're changing that they're handling all the payments. And so I think they're going to go to a similar system where once the customer receives the card, your payment won't be available till they receive it, and then 3 days or something like that. It just makes no sense to me. Why try to fix something that isn't broken, especially if you've been a long time seller? I could see using that kind of method for a new seller to put them on like a 90-day probationary period to see how they are as a seller. But if you've been selling on eBay for years and you've never had problems, I don't understand why making it like that. I don't like it. I honestly have thought about designing a website. I just don't know how much traffic it would get. But I thought about designing a website and posting my cards there and just trying to sell them that way. That way I'm not having any fees. But with work and everything else, I haven't honestly had the time. Um, yeah, Jordan, I get notified like 3, 4 times a week, 'cause you have to go on and register, and they're forcing people to do this. Basically eBay is taking over handling all the payments. And they're saying it's to give customers more options to pay, but that makes no sense because you can go on PayPal and select numerous different ways to pay. You don't just have to use your PayPal balance. I think it's just another way of eBay to put more money in their pocket, but what can I say? Oh, I told you, Nats, man, that wasn't a valid reason to file a claim for a return. Is he didn't like the holder. Each year wouldn't break the single season here, but he did and had to get a tattoo of each. That's cool. That's a funny story, Connor. I'm wondering if you see my tattoos and that's what made you made you think of that. Cards, cards. Ask Mrs. Bobbles about the sneaker cards. Now, Greg W., that would be nice if they did drop the fees, but or at least made them cheaper. I mean, I'm sick of paying eBay fees. Not even gonna lie. My eBay fees get up near my car payment some months, and that's just crazy. That's when I start getting on Reddit, trying to post on Reddit and Instagram and stuff like that, and try moving stuff that way. Because when my eBay fees get up that high, I just, phew. Well, they wouldn't be able to stop it because if somebody sees your card, they can send you a message and tell you to hit them up outside of eBay. I've had people send me a picture with a email address and say, "Hey, message me here and we'll discuss it." And I'm like, "No, I just want to buy your item." That's how mine gets, Mr. Jordan. So you know the pain, man. It sucks when you get those months with them heavy orders, man. Central Valley. If I thought that there could be a way to set something up to where make people register and that there wouldn't be people taking advantage of other people, like scamming people saying, hey, I'll trade you this for this, I would actually like a trading site, even if it was just for subscribers. Even if it was like in the Facebook group or something. Um, I just, it's hard to, I know most of you guys, but what if somebody random's like, well, I want to get in on the action, and they start trying to trade, and then they're not sending people their cards. I mean, that would immediately be a ban for one thing, but then we would have to, that could get a sticky situation because then this person's gotten cards that they didn't even send to other people, and it's just a hard situation to make it legit and safe for everybody. Um, Patrick, we just created a Facebook account. I don't even think it's fully set up yet. We also set up a Twitter, everybody. If you go to the description, I posted our Facebook name, our Twitter name, Instagram name, Reddit name, all of that stuff. Keep in mind, we're still working on that with the Twitter and the Twitter and the Facebook, but we will be starting to use that and hopefully make a group for everybody to come in there. And maybe we can set up like a trade section, figure out some way to make it safe for everybody to trade or sell or whatever, and maybe we can move things that way too, guys. Everybody seems really, really cool in here. That's why I like getting on here talking with you guys. And maybe we can just work something out with that. I know Cards doesn't like to get rid of his cards, but he posts some sometimes that I wouldn't mind having. I enjoy watching his reveals because he goes from like Zion to Kobe to Jack Ham, and I'm like, well, that's 3 different eras. So it's fun watching that's another reason why I really, really enjoy watching Elite Codes, because he does such large orders sometimes, and you'll have like cards that you just wouldn't expect in there, and then you'll have like a Mickey Mantle and then a Zion, and it's just like, it's fun seeing the broad spectrum. That's when you know somebody actually enjoys collecting. When they have that broad spectrum of cards and all the sports, all the years and everything, that's when you know they enjoy collecting. Hey, they get paid, man. They get paid. It doesn't matter if you send in all 2020 cards or all 1950 cards, they get paid. All right, guys. Is there any other questions? Anything that anybody would like to chime in on? Yeah, it's gonna be a sad day tomorrow. Potomac, where we officially first started going watching nationals, where that Victor Robles picture was taken. Um, where we started our bobblehead collection. Where we seen a lot of Nats players. They are actually moving to a new location. It was supposed to have been open, obviously, at the beginning of the season. But with COVID and everything, they haven't been able to open that ballpark yet. But they are doing a yard sale tomorrow at the old stadium, which has actually been around since, like, I was a kid. I think it's late 70s, early 80s. That ballpark's been there. And it's a sad day because I'm pretty sure with them doing the yard sale means that they're about ready to get rid of everything. I think they're going to try to recondition the ballpark and let youth baseball play there, so that'll be nice. But last year going to the last game was kind of tough, but then when you see everything and like all the billboards and all that getting taken down, it just kind of hits it even harder. So we're gonna go check that out, see what they got, and Anyway. Yeah, guys. Comment down below if you watched this video and you enjoyed it. Please hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, turn that bell on, because I do like to get on here and do these live chats with you guys. And if anybody has a channel, if you guys do videos, if you would like subscribers, let's all do each other a favor. Share your information down below in the comments, and let's, you know, let's hit everybody up. Connor, I did make a channel subreddit and nobody joined it. I even put it in a video, my man. Look, I'll show you. Let's go over here to Reddit. I made one. Reddit.com. Let's see here. Reddit. Home. Look at this. You asked me a long time ago about a channel subreddit, and I remembered you asking me, and I made this thing, and we have had one member now. We got two, because I'm obviously one. But I did make this, but it, there we go. 12 days ago I made it. And only one person has joined in here, so I guess maybe not a lot of people join Reddit, or a lot of the subscribers join Reddit. Yeah, Nats, man, I have a code too that people have reached out to me for. I will be announcing it soon. I just haven't, because there's been numerous people that did not get to use it the first time, and they waited patiently for the code situation to get fixed. So I have been allowing them to have first opportunity to use it. I know many people got to use the last one. Some people used it multiple times, which, that's fine. I didn't know it had a limit on it. But this one I have been holding back, so people that did not get to use it and were waiting patiently have had the opportunity to use it. And then I'll make the new code public. But that's why I have not said anything. So, but, alright guys, I'm going to jump off of here. I'll probably see you guys again before the weekend is up. Remember, shout out to all those who have served or are serving, those workers on the front lines that are, battling this virus and everything every day. We really do appreciate all of you, and although we can look up to athletes as role models and everything, you guys are the true heroes. So on this weekend, remember that there are people out there that are currently risking their lives, or have previously risked their lives, or have given their life up for us. And that is huge, man. They made that choice and that sacrifice, and so did their families. So remember this weekend to remember them. If you have a cookout or something this weekend, just be safe, enjoy it. Hopefully the weather's nice. But anyway, I hope everybody stays safe, stays healthy, and always remember, until the next video, I'm out.